When James Cameron's Titanic was released in 1997, it became a monumental cultural and cinematic phenomenon. The film not only shattered box office records but also solidified Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet as Hollywood icons. Yet, few know that the lead male role of Jack Dawson was almost Matthew McConaughey's, a casting decision that fell through due to a surprisingly simple reason. The almost Jack Dawson, McConaughey's near miss before Leonardo DiCaprio's breakthrough performance. As Jack Dawson won hearts worldwide, Matthew McConaughey was one of the frontrunners for the role. At the time, McConaughey was an emerging star. Fresh off hits like Dazed and Confused 1993 and A Time to Kill 1996, his charisma and charm made him an obvious contender for the romantic lead in Cameron's epic love story set aboard the doomed Titanic. However, McConaughey's path to the iconic role was blocked by an unexpected roadblock. A director's simple request he was unwilling to accommodate. Cameron's request, a test of commitment. James Cameron, known for his meticulous attention to detail and high standards on set, had a straightforward but telling request for McConaughey before finalizing his casting. According to various interviews and industry insiders, Cameron asked McConaughey to undergo a test scene that involved enduring the film's famously brutal cold water scenes. Cameron's Titanic was notorious for its long, physically demanding shooting schedule, especially the scenes where the actors had to immerse themselves in icy water for extended takes. Cameron believed that an actor's willingness to physically commit to these grueling conditions was essential for capturing the authenticity and emotional depth the role demanded. The test was simple, yet symbolic. Would McConaughey agree to subject himself to the cold, uncomfortable shooting conditions, which required a strong mental and physical stamina? It wasn't merely about acting skill, it was about endurance and dedication to the role. McConaughey's decision, walking away. Surprisingly, McConaughey declined Cameron's request to commit fully to these conditions. While the precise reasons behind his refusal haven't been widely detailed, speculation suggests that McConaughey either didn't feel ready to take on such a physically taxing role or had reservations about the film's production demands. This decision was pivotal. Cameron, prioritizing authenticity and resilience, chose to cast someone who would meet these demands head-on. That someone was Leonardo DiCaprio, a young actor ready to dive into the challenge. Quite literally. What if, imagining McConaughey as Jack Dawson had McConaughey accepted Cameron's challenge, the film's legacy might have looked quite different. McConaughey's laid-back Texas charm and sultry presence could have brought a different energy to Jack Dawson's character, potentially altering the chemistry with Kate Winslet's Rose. Would McConaughey's Jack have captivated audiences in the same way? Would the film have still become the colossal hit that defined a generation? While impossible to say for sure, it's clear that Cameron's choice was guided not only by acting ability but by an actor's willingness to embrace the story's physical and emotional depths. McConaughey's career. After Titanic, though McConaughey missed out on Titanic, his career trajectory didn't suffer. He went on to star in iconic roles in Contact 1997, The Lincoln Lawyer 2011, and eventually earned an Oscar for Dallas Buyers Club 2013. His refusal might have been a blessing in disguise, allowing him to craft a career on his own terms, rather than being tied to a role defined by another actor's success. Cameron's vision and casting philosophies. This story also highlights James Cameron's rigorous casting philosophy. Cameron doesn't just look for star power or acting range, he looks for an actor who can embody the full experience of a character, including the physicality. This insistence on realism and dedication helped make Titanic one of the most immersive and believable films ever made. The legacy of a role lost. The tale of McConaughey's lost Titanic role is a reminder of how casting choices hinge on much more than talent. Sometimes, a simple test of commitment, like enduring cold water for hours, can make all the difference in film history. For fans of both actors, it's a fascinating what could have been moment in Hollywood lore, a reminder that behind every iconic performance lies a series of choices, risks, and moments of yes or no. Catching title suggestions. How Matthew McConaughey lost Titanic's lead role over one simple request. The shocking reason Matthew McConaughey was passed over for Titanic. James Cameron's cold water test that cost Matthew McConaughey Titanic. Why Matthew McConaughey didn't become Jack Dawson in Titanic?